Hey guys, Dakota here. So, you can see I'm in a little bit different of a setup now. I got a new setup going on, but still have the pulley system I used to do a bunch of videos on. But throughout my training lately, I've been doing a lot of rise and rolling, which I feel is like very beneficial, obviously. But now that I got all my tools reset up again, I've been reincorporating a lot of multi-spinner and a lot of wrist wrench. So I just kind of wanted to go over what I'll do for a training session. Now, I don't really have anything coming up, so I'm not like stacking the weights. I'm just kind of getting everything to where it feels good, getting a good workout in. This video is more just going to be demonstrating. I'm not going to be going crazy, but I like to do wrist wrench sort of thing. My dad and I just built this, so we have a high and a low setting. I'm doing the higher. It's not a big difference, but I do the wrist wrench. I kind of grab it. I'll start with a straight wrist. Then I'll just kind of work my way into a bend from center. I'm not really pulling the weight with this, but I'm just getting that wrist motion idea. Get a little bit of a bend in the wrist. Then I'll just kind of pull it over to where there's constant pressure on my wrist and it's trying to roll out of my fingers, obviously. Then just sort of cupping it in, guys. That's all I do. My machine's a little loud, sorry about that. And then yeah, I'll just kind of sit here and do this for the wrist. I noticed that you constantly go through a battle when you're training of being too strong in some areas. Not too strong. You can never be too strong. I said that bad. But being stronger in some areas, and then areas that you were dominant in can sometimes run away from you. And I feel like that's with my cup right now. So, you know, just kind of keep balance and everything. And then work from there. Yeah, guys. And then depending on if you prefer to top roll or if you prefer to hook, I always recommend thinking about the motion inside of like here while you're doing it, because setup is super important. So if you're thinking top roll, you can maybe set up a little higher like you normally would, and as you go, because this is a wrist curl, you're still gonna have to curl your wrist and not do a rolling motion, but you can keep this up pressure as you go, and you can cup and up, give them a bit of a high hook almost. But then when you emulate that to the table, it's gonna help, obviously. And then yeah, that's for the wrist wrench. Go into the multi a bit. There's lots of videos out there about the multi, but this is kind of what I like, what I prefer. So get it all set up, get the wrap properly. I start with low cup first. Kind of get over to where I like. This is like a supinated cup almost. You get it in there. And I always shake when I do this, guys. It's such a good exercise. But just kind of focusing on bringing it into you. When I'm really going, I'll kind of supinate more. But I start with low cup. Then I'll move to high cup. But have this nice little pivot pulley. So I just kind of go back and forth. Nothing crazy. Just doing same amount of weight right now. If I were getting ready for a prep, my right arm is a little stronger, so I would up the right arm a little bit. But and then you can always teeter with your shoulder too, like to get the idea behind it. You can really you can honestly do press training with a multi. You can do cup training, whatever you want. Sometimes, because I like a lower strap, I feel that strap climb up on my wrist. I like to set it a little bit lower just because it emulates the strap better for me. But kind of that supinated cup, guys. It's all about the little motions too. It means a lot. You can do the big motions, but there's a time and a place. And then we get to the exciting one, which is the high cup multi. If you're a top roller, well, in general, I really recommend this one. But It's especially nice when you're working on that top end pressure. Almost, yeah, just in general, it's great. Get it over there. You kind of can do that cut motion, but you can also do that top motion. So I kind of just keep it all together and kind of roll over with it. It's just natural for me as I'm bringing it, but you're keeping your cup and you're pronating, and it really just keeps everything locked in tight and together. You can even just hold this one, like I'm feeling a lot of pressure, like it's trying to twist me this way, but I also feel the pressure trying to bust my hand open. So yeah, and that's a little circuit that I do, guys, and kind of why I do it. I have lots of band stuff that I do here. I'm gonna be able to make lots of videos. I got lots of handles and everything, but there's just kind of a little bit of inside what I do. So I hope you guys enjoyed.